Today we're doing a review on my trip to the Stanley Hotel. Full disclosure, I absolutely love the paranormal. I love the Stanley Hotel. I always have. I've always dreamed of going there. For those of you that don't know what the Stanley Hotel is, it is the movie that is the location that inspired Stephen King's book, The Shining. And it also turned into a movie, Stephen King's The Shining, with Jack Nicholson, and there was also a TV series. I mean, just the book is fantastic, the movie's fantastic. I never actually watched the TV shows, but the Stanley Hotel's also been, seen on Ghost Hunters. Some people notice Taps. It's been seen on Ghost Adventures with Zach Baggins. I mean, it's been seen on many, many, many different things. I was kind of disappointed. I really was. I mean, don't get me wrong. Going to the Stanley itself was amazing. Getting to see the grounds, getting to see the music hall, everything that I got to see was just perfect. It was outstanding. It was everything I hoped it would be. This is just a review of the tour itself. This isn't my first time going to a haunted location, and I say haunted because people believe it and people don't, and I'm not going to tell you yes or no. That is definitely, if you love, or you're curious, or you love architecture or the paranormal, just go. You will not be disappointed. It was so much fun. If I go, I want you to play into my emotions, play into my thought process, play into my imagination. Don't lie to me. I'm not saying just be like, oh my God, there's a ghost behind you. No, don't do that. That's stupid. If somebody died in said location, just be like, sometimes you can smell them, or, you can hear them, or if you're lucky, you might be able to see them walking through. And I like the fact that he explained to people the difference between a residual and an intelligent, because a lot of people do not know the difference. Okay, it is, as a person who is interested in that kind of stuff, it's important to me. Residual is, basically somebody or something playing out the life that they were leading at the time of their death. So if they're like a housekeeper, let's say, play into my imagination that sometimes you can still hear the wheels of the trolley. Or, if you listen carefully, you might be able to hear this. Or, they've still clocked in every day since they died. Okay, that was not mentioned. There was a housekeeper, though, that passed away, and she was beloved by the people that ran the Stanley, that owned it, and they took very phenomenal care of her. They were fantastic people, and I didn't know this until after my tour, so this is not part of the tour. It should have been, but there was actually a lady that passed away there, and they had taken such good care of her that after she got hurt, and she came back to work. They're like, you don't have to work. We'll take care of you. And she said, no, I love my job. She came back to work, and, worse came to worse, and she ended up passing away after a few years. And then, for 2-3 days, she was still clocking in. Nobody knew she had died. They couldn't figure out, because they would see that she clocked in, but they wouldn't see her for the rest of the day. And so they went to her house to go check on her. She had died 2-3 days before, but she was still clocking in. Tell me this. I want to know this stuff. This is what I came on the tour for. Many of you don't know this, but Jim Carrey stayed there. And he is so, to this day, I won't say he's still distraught, but he's so conflicted about what he went through when he stayed there during the taping of Dumb and Dumber. Because in Dumb and Dumber, they went to the Aspen Hotel or something like that. That's actually the Stanley. That's legitly the Stanley. But he was so conflicted that he told people that if Dumb and Dumber 2 was going to take place there, he would not be in it. And he did not manage to stay the full night. He left before the night was over, never came back. And if people try to bring up during an interview what happened, he will walk out of the interview completely. He will not talk about it. That's something else that I want to hear about. Like, let people know that. That's going to intrigue them. That's going to bring them, you know, more deep into that mystery of the Stanley Hotel. It's going to, you know, if they didn't know that before, they're going to go home. They're going to be like, you won't believe what I heard. So Jim Carrey, the best type of advertisement you can get is word of mouth. People are going to listen to what other people say. I'm not telling anybody to not go to the Stanley or to not go to the hotels or to not go on the tours. I loved going on the tour. I had fun. It was a great birthday present. My family got it for me, and I greatly appreciate it. I loved being able to see the grounds and to walk on the grounds. And, you know, I never thought I would do that. But the execution of the tour was 4 out of 10. 5 out of 10 would be pushing it, honestly. I left feeling like I could have done... I mean, I've read the books, the magazines. I probably watched every Ghost Hunters episode, all the Stanley. I've watched The Shining. I've read the book. You know, I've even, like, the magazines, like Discovery Channel, the History Channel, like, all that. I've read up on all of that because I've always been intrigued by the mystery that is the Stanley Hotel. So, I do think people should go there and experience it for themselves. I think it's a great opportunity. It's a great experience to go and just to see the location, you know, come to this town and just see the town and just, like, there's nowhere in town you cannot see the Stanley. You can see the Stanley everywhere in town. I mean, I work right in front of the Stanley. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. It's, oh my gosh. But, it's picturesque to say the least. If I go on a ghost tour, I don't want to hear that the color that it used to be before it was white and red. Not what I came there for. I want to know about room 217. I want to know how this place inspired the Shining. I want to hear, you know, different theories about what happened with Jim. Don't sit there on a tour and disclaim people's experiences. Feed into them so people get more into the mystery. Not saying lie, but just feed into them more. You know, don't sit there and leave out the good, juicy bits of why people go. Like, I've told you guys more juicy bits in this last 10 minutes than they told me on the whole tour. And the only reason why Jim Carrey was brought up on the tour was because my fiance brought it up. Word of mouth. Stanley Hotel. Word of mouth is your best advertisement. My word of mouth right now is telling people to go experience it, but hopefully they get a better experience than mine. What does that tell you? You can get room 217, and if I were you guys, you know, go there. Try to get room 217. See what it's like. I would love to see pictures. I would love to hear stories if you've ever gone there, both good and bad. I would love, you know, I want your guys' honest opinion. If you think I'm being too harsh, tell me. I want to know these things. I want to know. But it's not a matter of being harsh. I want to tell you guys the truth. I want to tell you guys honestly what happened. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm still in love with the mystery of the Stanley Hotel. This is just about the tour itself. A buildup that went nowhere, honestly. It just kind of, like, you're blowing up a balloon, you're blowing it up, and you're blowing it up, and you're waiting for that explosion and that pop, and then it just deflates. So, as far as experiences go, my fiance said that he smelled cigarettes, and neither one of us smoke, and we weren't around the rest of the group. So there is that. I kept seeing a light flash in this, like, little room. To see a picture. The picture is like it's like a little kitchen storage room type thing, and I kept seeing a flash in there. But I took a picture. There was nothing there. When I was actually watching that room during, like, when he was talking, I was listening to him, but I was, like, looking in this room, and didn't really, like, I just kept seeing flash, and I don't know where it was coming from. I couldn't debunk it, but maybe you guys can. Like I said, if you've ever gone, I would love to hear it. I would love for you guys to tell me what happened. You know, if you have any ideas for any other episodes, let me know. I'm always ears. I'd love to hear what's going on. But that's all I have for you guys right now. So the elk should be coming out here soon, so I'm going to try to do an episode and show you guys a bunch of elk, so that'll be fun. But that's all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to share my my episodes with anybody else that you want to share it with. But all right, I'll talk to you guys.